those of you watching the playback, welcome. Today, I will be doing a little mental health live with all of you in stoner fairy core fashion. It's been rough this last week, I'll admit. I've just been like, I literally am talking to no one, but I don't give a fuck. Just my whole mindset is just like changed today. I don't know, I've been in this like energy the last few days, and then today I'm just like, fuck it. Like most of the things that got me down this week were things that were out of my control. So I should stop being sad about it. There's nothing I did wrong because I, made the appointments and all that kind of stuff. And I just was like, no, I need to change this up. Planned out my whole entire September content for Star Sketch. I just kind of locked the fuck in, and I finished my summer coloring challenge, and just I felt accomplished. I went for a little sesh. Well, I didn't do this. I actually did the bong today. But yeah, so now I'm here in my fairy outfit, chill, and we're gonna be doing this mental health live together. And I'm so freaking excited for this. And I know that not a lot of people are watching. It literally says one. But I'm still doing this for anybody that wants to watch after. Oh my god, it just spiraled up to 10. Hello. Welcome. Is it only on top messages? Yes, it is. I hate when that happens. Anywho. So yeah, for today, we're going to be doing a mental health live. I don't know what that means, Skylar. And hello, Jeff. How are you doing? Hello, Jessica. Oh my goodness, we got people in here. That's exciting. See, this is what happens. I go into this like negative mindset, and then negative shit happens. And then, I'm just like, no, I'm gonna just be positive and whatever. Skylar, that's disgusting. Sorry. Okay, message reported. I've never had that happen before in my YouTube live, so that was interesting. It is gonna be a good day, Andrew. And yeah, so we're here now for a mental health live because you know the vibes. So today we're going to be talking about rooting into our emotions. For those of you that don't know, because there's some new people in here, it looks like. Exactly, there is always tomorrow. But there's always today too, to fix up your current situation that you best you can. Thankfully, I'm in a situation where I can actually do that kind of stuff, but sometimes, where are we flying to? I've been embracing my love of fairies lately, and for my birthday this year, I got myself a pair of fairy wings, so whenever I feel down, or even when I feel good even too, I just put this on. I also have a flower crown, but it's way too tight for my head, and I just tried wearing it before and it kept giving me a headache, so we're not gonna do that. But we are gonna wear the fairy wings because they're very comfortable. And I don't know, then I have some glitter on my face and stuff. I have it on my arms too, glitter like this, mixed with my fairy wings. And then also I have a band-aid on my face because I literally, I basically was like, oh, I can embrace this by adding glitter to it. So I did. So yeah, let's just say I got a bug bite and freaking made it all red, and I hate when my face has a big red thing on it. I used to have one that was right on my nose. It was so embarrassing. So I was like, oh, I have clear band-aids, which works. But I don't know, I'm kind of loving it. It's kind of what's that, I used to color these girls all the time with band-aids all over their face and a bunch of accessories and hairpins. Decora girls, I think they were called. You're the same way. Yeah. I love fairy anything, to be honest. Like, I always thought I was a mermaid girl or a princess girl, but I always thought that mermaids and princesses were always so full of themselves. So that's why I'm like, ooh, I like fairies though, because they're just so dainty and soft. And Bratz, Bratz is my shit, okay? I talk to my boyfriend about this all the time. We're having a little chit chat in the beginning of this, by the way. In the meantime, while we chit chat a little, feel free to take out your journal if you'd like to do the journal and meditation sesh. We're gonna be doing that right after, but we're having a little chat first. Um, but yeah, anywho, Bratz is my shit. I wish Bratz. Does anyone know? I don't think Bratz. Yes, they did. I'm like, wait, Bratz didn't do a fairy thing. They did. It was like Fairytopia or something. Because I found Bratz did one and Barbie, and I want to watch both because I watched both when I was a kid. But now I'm like, I need to watch that again. Just like embrace that energy. But anywho, another thing I wanted to talk about today, and I wish Celsius would sponsor me, but this is my favorite drink at the moment. But don't worry, I also have my Stanley here. It's not really a Stanley, it's literally a knockoff Stanley, but I covered it in stickers. Isn't she cute? Some of them are from my friend Mora, shout out to her. And then the others I just got with like my groovy birthday party stuff that I got. Thankfully, I just finished my depression group, and right after you pop out, I'm excited to see this live. Aw, awesome. Yeah, family. I'm trying to think what type of word you were trying to type there, Andrew, if you could explain. But anyhow, we're gonna get right into the journal and meditation session. Actually, wait, I did have fake Stanley. Oh, family's fake Stanley. I was like, what are you talking about? Because I have a friend named Stanley too, so I was like in my head like, oh wait, what about Stanley? No. Yes, this is a family of fake Stanley. I don't even know what actual brand this is, to be honest. I don't think it says it anywhere. It said it on the like packaging that was around it, but whatever. I didn't even want a Stanley. I always liked the cups, but like I didn't want to get like a Stanley, so I never did. But then I ended up getting two fake Stanleys. One that's like that, and then my other one that I have literally is Stitch, and he's Elvis Stitch, and I love it. They all work the same. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like not mad about it. I'm actually like really excited about it because I think this one's a little bit bigger too, which I like. But anywho, I don't know what I was going to talk about before, but I lost the train of thought for a reason, I guess. I'm just going to move these markers over here because I feel like I'm going to bump into them or something. Alright, we're going to get into the guided journaling and meditation section of this live. And then we're going to get into a collective tarot reading. And then if I feel like it, I'm going to end it off with a little bit of coloring, but we shall see how I feel because I brought out so many decks for a reading at the end. So yeah, I feel like after I do the reading, I'm going to want to like crash and take a nap or something. Whenever I do tarot readings, it's always just, it takes a lot of energy out of me, especially big ones like this. Like personal ones don't do that to me. It's when I do a collective one that I always make sure that I give myself time to like rest afterwards. So that's my plan. But anywho, let's get into the journaling session. Be sure to take out your journal. I'm going to go to the third section because that's my section where I do like prompts and such, just anything shadow work related. So, rooting in your emotions journal sesh. Something popped up on my screen and I don't know what it was. Alright. So the first prompt. Let's turn this down a little bit. That's a little too soft. There we go. So the first prompt here is, what emotions am I carrying with me today? And where do I feel them in my body? So what emotions am I carrying with me today? And where do I feel them in my body? You bought the shadow work journal? I've been wanting that so bad, but I'm also like, I could just look up some shadow work journal prompts, you know? It's like, I don't know if I want a dedicated book to it. I like the section journals that Five Below has, so I dedicate a section to it. But anywho, the first prompt is, what emotions am I carrying with me today? Where do I feel them in my body? And if you don't have a journal on you, or say if you're like, I don't know what to do here, you can feel free, if you feel comfortable doing so, using the chat as a way to write out your answer to the journal prompt. Or you could use my Discord. I have a Discord in the description box. You can find the Linktree link, and then it will have the Discord link for you to join. You can even share your journal page there after the live. A little picture. We've done that over there. I'm going to be doing a lot more stuff on the Discord this month too, so I'm excited. But so feel free to use the chat if you want to use it as a journal. Otherwise, feel free to keep it to yourself in your head or in your journal itself. I will be keeping mine private. Also, you can use like the Notes app on your phone or on your tablet or whatever. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to keep mine private because I just feel like I need this right now as a little therapy session, because I was supposed to have therapy this week and that didn't happen. Not my fault though. So this is my little therapy session, which is why I'm not sharing it. But anywho, again, the first prompt is, what emotions am I carrying with me today? And where do I feel them in my body? And I'm just going to take some time here to answer it myself. So what emotions am I carrying, and where do I feel them in my body? If you need me to repeat again, Jessica, let me know. And anyone else that's watching. Alright. Let me know when you're ready, but I'm just gonna continue. If you're not ready, please let me know and I can like slow down a little bit. But the second prompt, there's only 4 prompts by the way for this session. The second prompt is, what is one small thing that I can do this week that feels supportive to my mental health? So the next week, meaning this weekend, it could be from now until next Thursday, whatever kind of time frame you want, really. I'm thinking of it as over the next 7 days for myself. What can I do? You can even do it for today, even like one small thing you could do today. So maybe I'm going to do both. I'm going to do today and within the next week. So feel free to do that if you'd like as well. So what is one small thing I can do that feels supportive to my mental health? And again, you could pick the time frame. I'm going to do for today and for the next week. question is, what would I say to a friend who was feeling the same way I am right now? So referring back to the emotions you are feeling in question number 1, what would I say to a friend who was feeling the same way I am right now? All right, in question number 4, which is the last question for this journal session, what's one thing I can thank myself for today, no matter how small? What's one thing I can thank myself today, no matter how small? All right, and that is the end of our journal session. So thank you so much for doing that with me. Um, Now we are going to move on to the meditation. Unless you guys want to end with the meditation. I wonder. No, I think we should do the meditation now to help us get into the mindset, into the tarot reading, and then we'll end it at the end of the tarot reading. So, just gonna take a sip. Be sure you're drinking your water on top of whatever else you're drinking. And let's get into this meditation, which I'm going to switch the music over to this. So I want you to find a comfortable seating position wherever you are right now, and just relax yourself. Maybe wiggle your fingers, wiggle your arms, stretch your arms out like you're waking up for the day. Oh, big stretch back, and then getting yourself comfortable, letting your shoulders drop a bit. Yes, it will be posted for rewatch afterwards. Yes, for sure. So let's get ourselves comfortable here. And I invite you all to close your eyes for me as we get into this meditation. I want you to start by taking a slow, deep inhale through your nose. Hold for a moment. And exhale fully through the mouth. And continue doing that for a few breaths. And Jessica, just to let you know, I noticed that too the other day, and so I thought I had uploaded it, but it was on private, so it is now up for public. So feel free to check that out. And hi, Mia, how are you doing today? We're getting into a meditation right now, so if you would like to, find yourself a comfortable seat, close your eyes if you'd like, drop your shoulders a bit. Hey, chaotic coloring, perfect timing. We're about to get into a meditation. Start off this. We already did a journal session, but it's okay for those of you that are late. It'll be on the upload after I upload this. So if you would like to do the journaling portion, that will be up. But right now we are getting into the meditation. Taking slow inhale breaths through the nose, exhaling through the mouth for me. And now you can just continue breathing as normal as we get into this visualization. I want you to imagine roots, like roots from a tree, growing from your body into the earth, grounding you with safety and strength. I want you to imagine yourself sitting there and, roots are coming out from your toes, your fingertips, your sides, every part of your body, except for your head. Everything else is getting rooted, especially the ends of your fingers and your feet. Continue breathing here, please. I hope you're breathing. And these roots, like I said, are grounding you through safety and strength. You feel so powerful sitting here, rooted, feeling present, but you may also feel a bit stuck like this. But with each breath that you continue to take here, I want you to imagine yourself surrounded by a soft light, kind of like the light behind me if you have your eyes open. So this soft light being, surrounding you as you're grounding yourself, kind of like as if you're kind of like a tree house in a tree, kind of just like stable like that, and just completely grounded into the earth. And this soft healing light is surrounding you. And I want you to let this light come down on you, just like the last meditation we did. But this time, it is going to release any tension, self-doubt, or heaviness that you may be feeling in your body right now. And as this light is pouring onto you, this soft healing light, almost kind of like fairy dust almost, being sprinkled all around you and just overflowing onto your rooted self. And as this is happening, it's releasing any tension you have in your body, releasing any doubt that you have about yourself, and releasing any heavy energy that you've been carrying with you lately. And as you feel this release from this soft healing light, essentially you hear this little voice in your right or left ear, whichever, it doesn't matter. And it's slowly whispering and saying, I am safe to be here. I honor where I am today. I allow myself to heal. I am safe to be here. I honor where I am today. I allow myself to heal. And you realize this is actually your inner voice. I am safe to be here. I honor where I am today. and I allow myself to fully heal. I am safe, rooted in this earth. I honor where I am right now in this moment with this light, and I allow this light to heal me. I am safe to be here. I honor where I am today, and I allow myself to heal. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths here. With your hands over your heart for me, if you'd like. And as we're breathing here on this last breath, imagine yourself feeling lighter than you did prior to this meditation. As you release your hands off of your chest and back to a comfortable position, when you're ready, I'd like you to gently open your eyes and connect with us in the present moment. How is everyone feeling in the chat? I need to know. I love doing those meditations for you guys. I feel like it's kind of like me telling a bedtime story kind of vibe, but it's a meditation. So, how does everybody feel? I'm going to take a sip of my drinks, and then we're going to get into the tarot reading. Tarot/oracle reading for everybody. Yeah, we got our drinks. Let's get into the tarot oracle reading. Yeah, I'm already kind of feeling tired, so I think after I do this reading, I'm going to get off of here. Alright, let's see what the collective needs to hear. I did want to do a new moon kind of informational video, but I think I'm going to do that as a YouTube short tomorrow. So get excited for that, because the new moon in Virgo is this Saturday, the 23rd. And it's just so exciting that we're getting into Virgo season, getting our shit together, getting our life in order. I really need to, after this live, I'm literally going to do this because it's way too early for dinner for me, and I'm not even that hungry yet. I am going to sit down, either downstairs or up here, maybe up here because I have to charge my phone a bit, and I'm literally going to declutter my phone because it needs it so bad. And I've been procrastinating it. So maybe do something that you've been procrastinating after this live. It'll probably repeat that in the reading, but we'll see. Alright, we got 2 cards. Wow. So first we have the 8 of Swords in reverse, but right underneath it is the 10 of Swords, or 9 of Swords, excuse me. This is crazy that this came out at the same time. So we're feeling that freedom energy lately, like we're feeling, this is as a collective, by the way, so I am also included in this. We've been feeling kind of just like, oh my god, opportunities are opening and everything. But this 9 of Swords, on the other hand, we are having, are we on the same level here with like this collective reading here? Because I've been feeling very clouded in the head, or just like miscombobulated, and also like people canceling on me, like meetings and such, and then like, you know, plans changing and all this kind of stuff, things out of my control. And that's the thing here. It's not like you're, you know, here, like this is exactly what I was talking about in the beginning of this live. Like, and I feel like we're all kind of feeling that same energy here. But essentially, you don't feel like you're put in a corner. You don't feel like this is your fault. You don't feel like that any of this happening right now in your life is your fault. And it's not. There are things that are out of your control. There's things in your control and things out of your control. I highly recommend looking at the control chart of things you can and can't control. You can either find it on Pinterest or Google or whatever. And that really helped me put into perspectives when it came to things, and it's also helping me in terms of getting over saying sorry all the time. Still working on it, but we're getting there. And yeah, so basically with this Nine of Swords energy here too, it's almost like this is it, even though it's not your fault, even though these things are not your fault, it's like, what got you talking about mental health? What do you mean? Just in general? Are you just asking me in general? Let me know. Or are you talking about in terms of the reading? In terms of the reading or just in general? Um, but yeah, Nine of Swords. I feel like some of us have been having like a hard time sleeping or have been having nightmares lately in general. Um, I got started talking about mental health because of my own poor mental health experience. But also not just my poor mental health experience, but also just in general, me sharing my journey and what I have been doing to kind of heal myself. Because for the most part, a lot of mental health programming and stuff is not always the best when it comes to how you can heal yourself, which is why I do it like myself now. I've done all the work. I've done so many programs and um, like all sorts of stuff. But honestly, most of the healing that I have done, the things that actually, changed my life for the better, has been things I've done for myself. So started talking about mental health in general just because, not on a scientific level, but more of like talking about my experience and how I have been growing since, you know, I've been kind of on this mental health journey now since 20, I'd say like 2014, 2013, actually. It's been about 12 years. I've been on this journey of the ups and downs of things. Like if you're just starting out, oof, you got you got time, girl. However, everything that happened leading up, so from the time that I started and was poor mental health in my teenage years to now, like I have done so much growth since then, and it's because of various different things and also getting into, you know, talking about mental health and spirituality and everything, and it just kind of coincides with like tarot and journaling, and I love to color, which is also great for mental health, and journaling as well. Therapy, art therapy in particular. I have a very strong interest in therapeutic art and the kind of benefits that come with it. Um, as you guys all know, I am also a stoner, so I have benefits from that. But again, I don't push it on people because I know it doesn't work for everybody. There's certain things that work and certain things that don't, and different dosages that work versus dosages that don't. And yeah, so I've just been a huge mental health advocate for the at least decade at this point. But yeah, so that's my little spiel. But anywho, back to this. I just feel like, again, it's not your fault. Whatever the situation is, whatever this kind of thing we're talking about here, and I feel like you're blaming yourself. You're saying that it's your fault, but it's really not. And I definitely feel this energy for sure as a collective here. So what should we do about this, spirit? What advice cards here? Okay. Six of Swords, Nine of Coins in reverse, and Ace of Cups. Yeah, we need to set boundaries for ourselves and kind of set rules, I guess, in a sense, for ourselves. Um, Lady Tremaine is definitely a very demanding villain, Disney villain. So with this kind of energy here, it's like you still need to be a boss ass bitch, but you don't need to say yes to everything. Um, and then with this Nine of Coins energy, maybe finding something to connect back to yourself, whether it was something from childhood, teenage years, a few years ago. It could be an old hobby you used to do. I don't know. Something from the past needs to come forward and be a part of your now. For me personally, something that I just thought of on the top of my head when it comes to this is definitely the art of sketching in a sketchbook. I have not done that since forever ago. And I have still old pictures of a bunch of sketchbook pictures that I did. And I want to recreate some of those. I want to save them, which I do have them on my phone, which again I need to organize. But at the same time, it's like I feel like we need to go back to something that we used to do that's going to benefit our present. So that's something to think about. And then we also have the Ace of Cups. New inspirations, following new people that you haven't followed before. That's just something that I'm already kind of doing, so I feel like this is also kind of advice from myself to you all, is something that I've been doing lately, is really tuning in to see what YouTubers I follow, Instagrammers that I follow. I'm on TikTok, but it's really just when I'm like bored and high and I just want to like repost or whatever the thing is of like funny shit that I find. That's literally all I use it for. I don't even use it for Star Sketch anymore. Um, but that's every once in a while because I don't keep it on my homepage. But I kind of just don't want it anymore at the same time. I don't know. It's kind of just figuring out what you want to follow, what you want to consume, what you want to watch and slash look at and listen to. Music too. I need to go through my music because I feel like I've been getting bored of my music. So yeah, um, kind of taking evaluation of what you can do versus, you know, not getting upset about the things that you didn't even do. And back of the deck energy, we have Two of Swords in reverse. You're at a war with yourself, collective. We're at a war with ourselves, and just because what's going on in the outside world can affect us, yes, but we can only control what we can. Yeah, we're the country that I live in is not doing too well, but you can only do what you can do. And if all I can do is make sure my house is clean, make sure my mental health is in order, make sure that all this stuff that makes me happy and I know keeps my vibe high is in order, then what does it fucking matter what Joe Schmo is doing on my street, like in the middle of the night or whatever? You know what I mean? Just like things that are going on around you that you're like, oh, that's kind of weird, but not taking it personal or not taking it like super seriously. So, but yeah, so let's get into some oracle decks here. Let's go into Fairy Visions, which is my oracle deck. We're kind of going out of order here, but I like it. What do we need to hear, Spirit, as a collective? What do we need to hear? These are ones that I made, so they're very trippy and stoner fairy-like. Joint in the Moonlight. Love Your Body, Present Moment, Night Rituals, Moonstone. So definitely be working with some Moonstone, working on loving your body more, be in the present moment, and working on your night routine. This moment is sacred. Ritualize the present, honor your body, find magic in the mundane. What ritual would your inner child create under the moon? AKA, what does your inner child want you to do at night to have a better routine? That's something to think about. We have Lost Tooth in a Pouch. Lose it, let it shine, something new is coming. Loss makes room for magic. Shedding like a snake, transition, hidden gifts within pain. What did you once lose that you're now ready to honor or release? So, what did you once lose? So like lost, what's something that you lost that you're like, you know what? Oh well, kind of mentality. Like, well, what can I do for this? You know, I just need to let it go. Let it go. Trippy Kaleidoscope Portal. Rainbow, self-discovery, getting high for medicine, creative mess. You're expanding even if it feels messy. Shifting perspectives, creative chaos, which is so funny because I literally just made a little challenge for September for Star Sketch over on Instagram, and I'm going to be promoting it on all my socials. That's literally called Cozy Chaos. But it's also like creative stuff too. So get excited for that. That'll be starting this Monday actually. Creative chaos, psychedelic, self-discovery. What mess are you ready to see as a part of your magic? What can you accept in your current routines that you can embrace in your magic and take advantage of and all that? So like for me, it's definitely my digital decluttering, it's definitely my environment, it's definitely the routines and the things that I do. Instead of doom scrolling on my phone, I can be doing things that are more productive and better for my mental state. Let's get into self-care, or actually let's do numerology. Let's do numerology. This will be things that you need to prioritize ASAP for the next week, essentially. So top 3 things we should be prioritizing. Self-love. 61 with the number 7. You need to change the way that you talk about yourself and your body. Collective. And this is myself too, so you're not the only one. This is me yelling at myself too. Follow your dreams. Do what makes you happy and not letting the judgment of others put you down for what you are doing. 85, which is 13, which turns into a 4. You're protected. No one's gonna mess up your vibe if you want to dress up like a fairy stoner girl, like I am right now, I guess, in a sense. Like, yeah, people will judge you, but who cares? And timeout, 37, 10, completion. You've done a lot. I've done a lot lately, to be honest. And I'm going to be doing a lot. But sometimes you need to just sit back and just be like, whoa, let's take a time out. Let's reevaluate what we're doing before continuing. So it's a time to really reevaluate things. I'm just going to pull one more. Spiritual career, 78, which is a 15, which is a 6. Wow, I feel like this is more for a message for myself, but also if like those of you that are wanting to get into spirituality maybe. But I feel this strong pull of having my spirituality more online, which is more like a personal thing for me, but like at the same time it's okay. And spiritual partnerships, 27, which is the number 9. If you're in a relationship right now, or married, or whatever the case is, you're locked in. I'm locked in with my boo. Here's us. I love him so much. I literally see him on the thing over there every day. We have another picture over there. I have pictures all over the place of us, and it makes me really happy. He's like my best friend. Anyhow, let's get into self-care. Let's make a to-do list. Let's make a what the fuck do we need to do over the next week. What do we need to do over the next week? Yeah, pleasuring yourself. Can't believe I just said that out loud. Whatever. Do as you wish. Definitely pleasure, but also it could be pleasure in things, finding things that are fun to do. Finding things that you used to find fun and doing them again. Alone time. This is always super important. And abundance planning. Doing your finances and really kind of taking a look at what you're actually spending your money on. I need to do that too, so it's okay. I'm with you. Sound healing. Definitely listening to some sound healing videos on YouTube for sure. Frequency videos. Dream journal. So just journal in general. Write all the shit down. Write what you're feeling. Journal. Plan out your life. Make an altar or spend time at your altar. Erin. And connect with the earth. Getting outside, going for walks, spending time in nature. I literally today, when I was doing my smoke sesh, I took out my bubbles and I just started blowing them everywhere because it's so windy out. My neighbors are probably mad about it, but whatever. Hopefully it made somebody smile in my neighborhood to see bubbles just floating around. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else we should be doing this week? And resting. Prioritizing rest, balancing rest into your schedule. I know right now can be a really busy time for people, especially getting back to college or getting back to school or getting back to whatever. It's important to also rest. So don't be too hard on yourself. Be sure to balance that in. Alright. Next we'll do a healing mantra and an affirmation. Let's see what healing mantras want to come out. We have dissolving judgments. I don't have to like the actions of others in order to love my journey. Dissolving judgments. Let's read. When judgments are dissolved, you don't have to enjoy the actions of others in order to glean benefit from them. When you know that every moment has been created to help each soul shine the brightest, it becomes easier to not take things personally. Yeah. Instead, you are able to appreciate the positions life has put you in as evidence of your evolving mastery in form. Just be grateful for the journey that you have been on, dissolve those judgments that from the world, from society, from your internet world, whatever. Just dissolve all that judgment. Really step into the person that you want to be. And last but not least, here is our affirmation for the week ahead. We got 2. Ambitious in my success. So ambitious. In a world where possibilities are endless, I can do anything I set my mind to. Power and ambition courses through my veins. When I intentionally reach toward my dreams will meet me with open arms. In my success, I define my own success in life. Some people want money, others want happiness. My definition of success is what I intentionally choose. I will roll up my sleeves and ponder what success means to me, then work hard to reach those goals. Period. I hope that you guys enjoyed this live. I definitely feel a lot better now that I have done it. I feel so much lighter. I feel so much freer. I feel like I want to get my shit together and get excited for next week because there's so much good shit coming out with this cozy chaos challenge that I'm doing on my Instagram. I have a collab project that I'm working on, which is secret for now. I have a couple craft fairs coming up. My big one in a couple weeks, which is a Pride festival that I'm going to be at. Yes, they do it in September where I'm at for some reason. Probably because of all the college kids and stuff. But, and then I'm also just going to be making some new artwork and really embracing into the art pieces that I want to create and overall do me. And I want you to do yourself too. But I hope that you all enjoyed this live. I hope that you enjoyed the vibes, and I hope that you took something from this, whatever it may be. And yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed this live. Yes, it'll be uploaded for a rewatch, for those of you watching the rewatch, or the replay, I should say. Definitely go follow me everywhere. The link is in the description of where you can follow me. And yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed this live, and I will see you all in the next one, which will be next Thursday. I'm only going to be doing lives on Thursdays moving forward. 2 days was just getting to be too much. But yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed, and I will see you all next Thursday with a combined art and mental health live. And I will see you all then.